Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first green ballin', trying to get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decisions that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day I'm a life, yeah, nigga chasing cheese. And them same niggas that be around, they won't see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn, me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. And I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chalked. Trying to serve ain't got no business on my block, I bet you're getting chalked. Now either way you try to fuck with my ballers, don't believe that ass getting chalked. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burning G. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm back in the mix. Them flaky niggas better stand down. Came home, got me some yam, I'm the man now. Niggas, some bitches all from my face, I ain't know who they is. Everybody up from my mix like I'm a hero and shit. Fall back, I'll buy a brick. Right now, I'm on a mission. I'm giving you 2 for 20. Got grams going for 50. Putting that in my pockets, the nigga, you bullshitting. What the fuck you ain't listen? I done told you I got to get it. Nobody depending on me, so it's all mine. I ain't stressing out by myself, that's how it going down. My mama fighting her little dicks and she gon' be alright. Forever tweaking and begging, I put something up on the pipe. It's a little fraction of my life, still all in for a lick. Lurking for fatty, looking for niggas to tone mix. Start to lurking if I'm hurting, different side come out. That flip shit, Dr. Jacob, Mr. High come out. Gonna be, you know how I played it all. That nigga burning G.
Welcome back to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog TV and news for the day. Giving it to my brothers like I always do, man. Today we talking about T-Bud. I got some questions to ask about T-Bud and that Mexican Eli stuff. Big shout out, big salute to all the pet lovers across the world. Like I always say, everybody taking care of these dogs, everybody down in the chat, and everybody watching the video from afar. You know, we just gonna get right on into it, my brothers and sisters. Hope everybody had a great evening. Like I always say, great day, great morning. Just depends on where you're watching this video from right now. You know, hey, you at the channel where you gonna get the most. You know, we gonna give you that dog talk, and right now, we gonna give you that dog talk, unapologetic, unapologetic. I got some questions to ask. You know, when it comes to the T-Bud stuff. Now, first thing I want to say, you know, sometimes, I always say, some dogs don't get the credit they should get. When it comes to breeding. Now, in this situation, we got Boudreaux's T-Bud or Cardenas T-Bud, whichever one you want to call it. My question is, Zebo. We got more Eli in this dog, T-Bud, than Zebo. But does this dog carry you know, Zebo in him heavy? Does this dog pass that Zebo down in him heavy? Because I've often heard that some of them Boudreux dogs been human aggressive, and we've always heard that the Zebo dogs have been human aggressive, at times. So, I always wonder, well, at least since I start looking at this ped, how much does Zebo bring to the table, being that he has a small percentage compared to Eli in this dog? You know, um, you see Zebo up here in the second generation, and you don't see no more Zebo dogs, you know. But then you see all Eli, you know. And I want to touch on a couple key dogs in this dog pedigree as well, since we're looking at it. Who do y'all think, for the brothers that have seen Zebo and that have seen Eli or seen dogs directly off Eli, you know, who do you think T Bud takes after the most? To me, just looking at the pictures, just looking at pictures, comparing and contrasting, you know, um, to me, he kind of resembles the Zebo stuff a little more. But I can't really say. Like I said, I haven't seen him in person. you know. But one dog I want to stop on real quick is this Orphan Annie dog. I think she's a key component in that stuff right there. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at her offspring, first, when you look at how she's bred, she's coming down off Eli Jr., which is Eli bred the spook. Eli Jr. bred the Orphan Annie, so that's Orphan Annie too. Eli Jr. bred the Orphan Annie, you know, and Orphan Annie was off Claude Zeke and Carver's Red Lady. Now you know where that Zeke dog come from. I mean, or should I say, you know what that Zeke dog done produced already. You know, um, so when we look at Orphan Annie Two's offspring, she's got Rascal, Champion Lupe, Boudreaux's Lupe, Hooten's Butcher Boy too. I'm still strolling down. He only got one page of breedings, or she only got one page of breedings. I just say she's a key component because when you look at T Bud's pedigree and you see her in the third generation, you know, and then you look at the other dogs that's in this dog, you know, a lot more than she is, and you look at their production rate. I actually think she produced better dogs, or she produced. I'm not gonna say better. I actually think she produced more prominent dogs than Black Shine, Carver's Black Shine. If you go to his offspring, you'll see a few winners up there, but all of them coming off Orphan Annie. I'm not sure if that's all they bred them to, Orphan Annie, and a couple more. But you got the Stompanato dog who's off Black Shine as well. Black Shine and Black Beauty. Black Beauty is coming off Bully Son. Now, quick question while we speaking about Bully Son. and this will help some of my younger brothers as well. How do these dogs have bloodlines? And y'all call them bloodlines when they coming directly off these dogs. We got Eli, y'all got Eli dogs. We got Bully Son, y'all got Bully Son dogs. You know, um, how do these dogs create bloodlines without going through the method that brothers say you need to go through, the fourth generation, or the make your own crosses? Like, these brothers aren't going through these methods, but how do these dogs become bloodlines? You know, I don't know. I guess somebody had that secret remedy to how to start your own blood. Cause them brothers back then, they didn't mind it. You know, whatever the dog was, the famous dog, that was your bloodline. It didn't matter what dog it was. It can be Eli Jr. You got an Eli Jr. dog. You know, it's the way brothers uh represented their dogs back then compared to what brothers represent the pairs now of the dogs from back then. You know, when they was running Eli and all them dogs, uh I'm not sure if they was calling them Eli dogs, or the dogs off Eli, the dogs off Scrub, or how they was, classifying them back then. Actually, maybe in the 70s, I don't know how they was classifying them, but brothers just do things a little different than they did back in the days. Now, one thing I found out. Let me go back. Let me go back to the Crutchfield's Art dog. That's in the T Bud pedigree. Now, one thing I found, and to my brothers who may not know the line that good, or just curious of certain things, this dog Carver's Pistol is a dog that has the Willow's Peak eyebrows. So if I go to another picture that's a little more clear, let's see, a little more clear on that one. You can see that he has the Willow Peak pattern around his face, where it's lighter on the bottom side and darker on the top side. So you can still have them genes down in your Eli dog. And plus, I seen where it says one of these dogs was a black and tan dog. I forgot which one it was, but it was a black and tan dog. So you're liable to get any color dog when you're dealing with that Eli stuff. You know, if you sticking to the traits, at least black and dogs that's coming off that black, as far as the brindle or the black and tan or the Widow Peak eyebrows, the two tone dogs. You're liable to get any of that stuff coming from the Eli. Um, but the thing about it, it's good when you can see it there. You see, I went straight to it, looked at the picture. Okay, now if these dogs got anything in it coming down off this heavy Boudreux bred dogs, I understand where it could be coming from, because the genes, the genetics are there. We see dogs with these patterns in these lines. You know, so just pay attention, man. And when you see patterns that shouldn't be to the bloodline, you gotta do your research, man. Everything ain't everything all the time when it comes to these pedigrees and these dogs. You know, and a lot of this stuff is getting uncovered. The more and more these brothers go to looking at these peds and going to paying attention to them. Brother called me the other day about a breeding I made with Little Country. You know, now I know what Little Country coming off of, but like I told him, I studied my dog out to want a guy that I know dog. So I don't know what that dog's bred like. I can only go what he tell me. But I know, you know, the way the pedigree look, you should get certain colors off of it. But I will say, just like I'm saying now, if it got the Eli in it and it's, pretty, at least, a good percentage of it in it, even if it's a low percentage in it, it's still a chance that you can throw them genes off, you know. So I just wanted to touch on that as well, man, for the brothers that be wanting to know why they dogs be turning out certain colors. And this is from what I hear, was a great dog, Carver's Pistol. Now, let's go to some of these offspring of these dogs, right? Let's go to Orphan Annie 2, rather, which is the Rascal Dog Mama. Orphan Annie 2. Okay, let's go to her offspring. And we're gonna answer this question. A lot of brothers, and we're gonna go to several dogs. We're gonna check several dogs out, and we're gonna go to their offspring and see can we answer this question that many brothers throughout the dog community have sometimes. Why do certain people only have champions off their line of dogs? Why do certain kennels, or not necessarily certain kennels, why do the home based kennels be the ones with champions off their dogs and other people's don't have champions off their dogs? And we're not talking about no particular person, we just or kennel, we talking about all kennels. Now if you go all the way back to the 70s, which we are right now, and we looking at these dogs that's coming off of uh the Carver stuff, the Orphan Annie dog. Now, when you look and see where the best dogs coming from off this dog, who got the best dogs? You got Mr. Crenshaw with the Rascal dog. You got Mr. Boudreux, you know, with the champion Lupe dog. Okay. Now, the Black Shine dog is Mr. Boudreaux dog as well. So he got a champion off of his own dog, and we don't see no more. But we're gonna check a few more dogs out, you know what I'm saying? And see, because it's just more, it's more than just let's check Crenshaw out, the Rascal dog. Okay, champion Rascal Jr., Crenshaw's champion Polly. Okay, we got grand champion Snake Man, Pedro. Okay, and we go down, we got champion Sugar. Right now, we not even 25% of the way into the first page, and we got three different champions coming from the breeder, the breeder himself. Three different champions already, and we're not even a quarter of the way down the page. So this stuff been going on. You know, you just only want to see it when you want to see it, and you want to pick on certain dogs. And like I always say, I don't follow a lot of that talk up with a lot of y'all brothers, because a lot of y'all brothers never even went in your pocket to spend a couple dollars on a real dog. Like I said before, you're dog thieves and $250 dog buys. So I don't want to comment on what a lot of y'all talking about, but let's just keep strolling down and see what the rest of the champions coming from. We got a champion here from Brutes or Brats Demon, champion Healy's Bumblebee. Okay, so far we have three different champions from outside of Crenshaw. We got another one with Crenshaw's champion Crypto. Okay, we got another one with Crenshaw's champion Ginger. And that's that Bumblebee dog we just talked about. Now we got Crenshaw's Black Shine. Now we got Crenshaw's Gunner. Now, if this isn't the man that's breeding the dog with all the champions, what is it? What is it? Now, just say for instance, you know, he found somebody he can pick on with some dogs, with some good game dogs, but he found out he can pick on them and he can get them how he want to get them. Now, it's easy to make champion off these brothers. It's easy to make champion off him. But like I said, we don't see all the other breeders that did the same thing that these modern day breeders, or these brothers who be calling some of the modern day breeders out. These old schoolers did the same things. Now let's go to page 2. We done seen Crenshaw dominated the first page with champions. Now he got this is the same ones from the was Rascal Jr. on the first page? Hold up. Let's see if Rascal Jr. on the first page. Yeah, Rascal Jr. was on the first page. So we got the same dogs from the first page on the second page coming from Crenshaw. So man, I mean, and like I said, let me go to see what else I can find up here. Let me go to back to T Bud from the start. Okay, let's go to Honey Bunch. Let's go to Honey Bunch, and from Honey Bunch, we're gonna go to Jeep. Let's go to Jeep. Let's go to his offspring and see who most of the champions coming off of. See who most of the champions coming off of. That's coming off of Jeep. In a second. All right, we got a lot of rum and poor dogs that may not be champions as well. Now we got the first one that I came to, which was Don's Turtle. Okay, champion. I heard a lot of great things about this dog. I had some offspring off this dog, so this dog was a great producer. Okay, now as we go down, we got Tater, which was a two-time winner. Long's Widow, which is a rum dog. We ain't gonna count the rum dogs. We just counting the winners. Havana Boys Budweiser champion. Champion Locks Sunny, which is off a Jeep. And Champion Johnson Small Change. Sorry about that. Johnson Small Change. So this is a little posse Jeep dog. And Jeep got too many pages for me to go through all the pages. But yeah, I can't really pick Jeep anyway because he got too many pages. And Jeep was bred an enormous amount of times. So other people should have had champions off him, you know. But let's go to let's see. Let's see how many champions White Tab got off of him. Let's find Tab. See how many champions Tab had. Okay, the Brute dog, Champion Brutus. This is the dog I was just talking about on the other video, Champion Brutus. Okay, you got Rodriguez Gator. Now, this is a dog I feel like his breeding, there's a lot of good Gator dogs out there, but not as many as it should be. You know, I feel like a lot of the breeders were did in ways that kind of took away from what he brought to the table, you know. Um, but this is one of them. So, and that's by Crenshaw's Rodriguez Gator, Crenshaw's Brutus. So Crenshaw's title to both of them. Champion Crenshaw Smoothie. See, there's a picture up there. Great looking dog right there. Now, looking at this pedigree real quick, 3 seconds. What kind of dog is this? Jeep Rascal. Jeep Rascal. You know, And it is what it is. Look at that pedigree. I've been showing a lot of different dogs on different pedigrees over the last few videos. Look at this pedigree, Jeep Rascal. You see Rascal Jr. in the fourth generation, and you see nothing but Jeep in the dog, you know. So we stroll on down. I don't see no more champions right there. And this a white tab. Oh, and white tab definitely got too many pages to look at. Like I told y'all on the other video, White Tab, I thought Mayday was the Wilt Chamberlain in the game, but White Tab got him beat. Mayday got 840, Mayday got 800 and something, but White Tab got more than him with 849 offspring. And that's just a rough estimate. You know he got more offspring than that, you know. But let me see, man. Let me see. Let me get some of that red boy stuff. Now, I'm not even gonna check red boy. I'm gonna check the red man dog. Let's check the red man dog. See what his offspring was. This the infamous red man dog. This is not the one that Garner got his sperm off of. I want to say it's off his son or off a dog that's off of him. But let's go to his offspring. And I heard this dog wasn't even all that great of a producer. You know, he only has 27 offspring on online pedigree. And as you heard one of the brothers say, a lot of them Cottonham dogs that a lot of people look high on, this the Cottonham name, period. Like they I think that Cottonham Sheba dog kind of really propelled their name to that point or something. I don't know what it was, you know. But a lot of people say, or certain people say, that Cottonham stuff ain't what a lot of people try to make it. And they say that red man dog right here is not breeding what people try to make it, you know. Now, I don't see no champions off this one. Let me see if you got any siblings to where it'd be the same dog with no champions under that. See if he got any more siblings, maybe that I could find his real list on them. Okay, that's it. That's it. Now, you know, he was a champion, but he didn't produce any champions. And this is the Wild Wild West days. You know, these brothers who got these dogs off of Red Man, these are great dog brothers for their era. You know, so if there was some champions to be made off of them, then they would have been made by these brothers or these sisters that you see up here on this screen. Now, let's check out Marlowe's Rattler, directly off Red Boy, bred the Red Boy daughter and the La Posse dog. Let's check his offspring. Now, he has Champion Britches, the Mims Case dog, which a lot of people have heard about. You know, when they got multiple pedigrees for the Britches dog. But that's just how many? Five offspring with one champion. So it just show you the difference in production level of Rattler and the production level of Red Man. You know, big difference. A lot of people sling that Red Man around because it's Red Boy. It's a Red Boy strain of dogs. You know, without having your Bailey's Bingo and them other dogs in it. But I mean, from what the online pedigree is showing, there isn't a real high production level on them. Now, I ain't gonna keep y'all brothers and sisters here too long tonight, but I definitely got a couple more questions when it comes to this Mexican Eli stuff and this T Bud stuff. Go back a couple pedigrees here. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, there we go. Now, I got a couple questions about this stuff right here. You know, when it comes to the Mexican Eli dogs, what dog in them pedigrees do y'all focus on? What dog in the Mexican Eli dogs do do brothers try to strengthen up in that line? You know, and is the Mexican Eli strain of dogs all hype? Is that strain of dogs all hype in 2025? Just another fancy line of dogs that really don't perform the way the talk people talk about it? No real structure to the dog. Like I'm saying, what dogs do y'all focus on with that strain of dogs? Now, how many breedings did it take to start the Mexican strain? How many generations of dogs did it take to start the Mexican strain of Eli? And I ain't even got to my question yet. I ain't even got to my question yet. I'm just warming y'all up with some questions. How many generations did it take for brothers to start saying this is Mexican Eli? Salute to my man John Denver out there. Salute to Show Enough. Salute to City Boy Marcel holding it down. Mr. 216, Big Logic, Bella UK. You know, is the Mexican Eli dog all hype, my folk? And I'm asking y'all. You know, you may like it. You may can come up and tell me some great things about it. But I'm just asking, is it all hype? All talk? All talk, no go? Like they say, all show, no go? And I'm waiting on somebody to tell me how many generations it took before y'all start calling it Mexican Eli. Now, let me find out. Let me find out. Why is it called Mexican Eli and not just Eli? Is it because Mexican brothers run the dogs? Is that why they call Mexican Eli? Only because of Mexican brothers running the dogs? The Eli dogs that the Mexican brothers running? Is that why it's called Mexican Eli? Or Eli strains that they was running back in them days? Now, let's get to the questions. Like I always say, why they don't got no yellow, Mexican Jeep, Mexican Bolio, Mexican everything else we got, Mexican Rascal, Mexican Buck, Mexican Tab, Mexican Ramrise Tramp. Why we don't got Mexican and all these dogs? Because these Mexican brothers bulldogging just like everybody else, and they got all them dogs down there. But for some reason, the Mexican Eli, the only dog that came back with a strain. How in the hell did that work? Because Mr. Boudreux is old and he can't keep. He not like into that promoting and advertising the way Tent and all them was, the way they put their name out there. You know, it, how did the Mexican Eli strain become Mexican Eli when the Mexican brothers got all strains of dogs? had all strains of dogs ever since they've been coming out. Since the yellow dogs been out, it always been Mexican brothers that go came and got these yellow dogs. There always been Mexican brothers came and got these Eli dogs, came and got the Jeep dogs. So why in the hell is only Mexican Eli dogs? You know, they ain't the only dogs that they took down there and made good crosses with. They took yellow and Jeep dog. They took red boy and Jeep dogs down there. You don't got Mexican red boy Jeep dogs. So why do they call them Mexican Eli? And is it if it's because they Mexican brothers running the Eli, then that means you got black and white yellow dogs. Oh, them black yellow dogs, them black Mayday dogs, them white Mayday dogs, them them black Jeep dogs, them white Jeep dogs. So why did they call them Mexican Eli's? What I'm trying to figure out. See, we try to say this dog game ain't have a whole lot of race issues or racist issues in it, you know, and I'm not about to get deep into that. But at the end of the day, you know, only thing I can really come from it with is the Mexican brothers was running it. That man named not Mexican. The man, whoever had them dogs down in Mexico, who was running them strains, his name not Mexican. He got a name. Now, if it's the Cardenas dogs, that's considered the Mexican Eli strain coming down off the T-Bud stuff. You know, if it's the Cardenas dogs, it still don't make sense to call a strain of dogs after a group of people, you know, when they ran all dogs and they don't got none of the other ones. It just don't make sense to me, man. You know what I'm saying? It really don't make sense. Like I said, the way brothers may not look at it certain ways, but it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? Uh, all I'm asking is why was it called the Mexican Eli? And the follow-up question, like I said, why don't you have Mexican of everything else? You know, hey, you brothers probably done made better Red Boy Jocko Jeep and Bolio breedings in Mexico than the Mexican Eli dogs. But you don't hear them saying, "Oh, these Mexican yellow dogs," because folk not giving you them props. Mr. Boudreux is old, you know. So that Eli stuff, it was folk able to manipulate that stuff, you know, and say, "Oh, this, that." You don't got European Eli, you don't got African Eli. So why the hell you got Mexican Eli? Now, I'm about to get up out of here on this note right here. You know, I'm gonna get up out of here on this note right here. Now, sometimes we can look at the names of these dogs and understand a dog man's character. You see, you can have some nice dogs, but sometimes the name of them dogs let me see your character. You know, I'm not big on the Mayfield nigger dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not big on that. But what I seen and I felt like was kind of overdoing it was this dog right here. Um, the dog was Clemens. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Clemens nigger Toby. Now, like I said, I'm about to close the show out on this. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Clemens, I heard he had great dogs, but at the end of the day, man, uh, like even in modern day time, certain things you name these dogs, it's trolling. Like why would you name your dog that? Why would you name your dog Nigger Toby? You know what I'm saying? And then the dog is out on the chain. Most likely the dog was on the chain on the yard. So you got nigga Toby out on the chain on the yard, you know? And then when we come back and look at this stuff years later, it don't matter, because that's all history and all the past. But I'm just saying, it gives you a chance to really see the character of some of these fellas. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, it just is what it is, man. Plain out and simple, you know. But like I said, I just wanted to touch on that Mexican Eli stuff. Um, touch up on that little bit of Zebo that's up in that T Bud dog right there. You know, uh, we gonna start touching up on that Zebo stuff as well. Doing a little bit of research up on that dog. I really didn't do no research on the T Bud dog or the Mexican Eli stuff. I see a few brothers got some great looking dogs out there off the Mexican Eli stuff. I seen one of my partners had a Mexican Eli dog. I can't call his pedigree right now, but he was a decent rear end dog. Um, he showed or proved not to be as game as he was thought to be, you know, but he was a pretty decent back end dog. Um, I feel like he was a hard keeper, maybe to himself. He would be a little destructive if you wasn't careful with him. But hey, it is what it is, man. Giving brother this dog talk and breaking these pedigrees down. You know, and talking about them dogs for history. None of the stuff that we talk about from the past is things or anything any brother should be thinking about doing in modern day times outside of breeding your dog, enjoying your dog, and relaxing and living legal, man. Y'all stay safe out there, PBK9s, and we did it again. We out.